Okay, so the next probability question, question number 2 of the probability set, is one that we saw in exam 3, and it's in relation to blood type. So when you look at your blood cell, okay, so let's say this is your blood cell, you have something called substance H. On this substance, depending on what type of sugar you have, whether you're A, B, or O, you're gonna have A sugar if you're A blood type, and you're gonna have B sugar if you're B blood type. But if you're O blood type, you're only gonna have the H substance without the sugar on it. That's why O blood type can donate to A and B blood types because the sugars, so if someone has an A blood type and you give them B blood type, they're gonna see the B sugar and then they're gonna create antigens toward it. But then if you give them O blood type, they don't have sugar, so the body does not see it as a foreign object or body, and so it will not create the antigens. So that's in the case of ABO, that's how it works, and it's the same for all the other traits, blood traits that we are given here. So, and for ABO, it has codominance. Okay, and then here you have the normal dominance, the one that we're used to, dominant versus recessive. M and N is codominant, and then this is the only one that is X-linked, and then we have a dominant case again, and then codominance. The way to solve questions of who's the father or who could be a donor, the first thing you look at preferably is anything that's X-linked. That's the first one you look at. The second thing you look at, any codominance traits, and then the third thing you look at is the normal dominance traits in terms of RH plus RH minus or K plus K minus. So if I was to solve this one, here they're asking you which of the alleged fathers could be the actual father for the daughter in this case. So we have the mother's gene, we have the daughter's gene, and compare them to their fathers. As I said, I'm gonna look at, first of all, X-linked genes. The mom is XGA minus, and then, or negative, and the daughter is positive, which means the mother has 2 copies. Both her copies are negative. She gives one negative copy to her daughter, and she must have gotten the positive copy from her dad. Okay, so we're going to look at fathers that have positive copies just because they have one X chromosome. So this father, alleged father number 1 stays, alleged father number 2 is out of the question, alleged father number 5 is also out of the question. Okay, so we did the first one. And then I go check blood type. So for the daughter, she has O blood type. Alleged father number 1 does not carry the gene for O blood type. Alleged father number 3 could be a carrier. It could have this genotype. And alleged father number 4 is obviously a carrier for the O blood type. Okay, so this just confirms that, it doesn't confirm anything. It just tells me that father 3 and father 4 could be the fathers. And then I look at my M and codominance. The mother is M, so she could only get the N from her father because she got the M from mom, so the N can come from the father. This father can give her an N, this father can give her an N, so it just confirms that both of them can still be the father. Then I go look at the FYA gene. So again, it's a case of codominance. She got FYA from mom. She can get an FYA from dad, or she could have gotten an FY negative from dad, which is the same. is the case of blood type and O blood type. So they both can still be the father. Then I look at the RH. So she gets one RH negative from mom. She gets another one from dad. Since RH positive is dominant, dad might be carrying an RH negative and another RH negative. So both dads can still be the alleged father. Same thing for K. Mom could be a carrier for K negative, and which means this father could give her the K negative, and this father could be a carrier for K negative. So the answers here are father number 3 and 4. Okay, so now we figured out which fathers, or alleged fathers, could be the dad in this case. Now they're asking us which of them can be blood donors. When you look at whether a person is a blood donor or not, again, the first thing I recommend you look at in this case is not really whether they have, what do you call it, X-linked traits. You actually look at the blood type A, B, and O. So the daughter is O, which means that father number 1 could not have been her father, the first father cannot give her blood. She'll create antigens towards it, those 2 sugars. She doesn't have sugars A and B in her blood cells, just like we saw there. So also number 3 is out of the question, and number 5 is out of the question. That leaves us with 2 and 4. And then she has both M and N on the surface of her red blood cell, okay, or plasma or blood. So father number 2 who has M, she'll be safe with that. Father number 3 who has N, she'll also be safe with that. It's fine. I skipped the RH. I should look at the RH after the blood type. Sorry about that. She is RH negative. So father number 2 has RH negative. He's gonna be fine with that. Father number 3 has RH positive. We don't want that. So so far we can see that father number 2 can give her blood, but let's just check to be on the safe side. He's negative for the X trait, which is fine because the daughter is positive. Then he has K negative just like the daughter, and then he has FYA just like the daughter as well. So that means father number 2 could be the donor. Then they ask you here if, let me erase all these. They ask you if the mother marries father number 5 and he is heterozygote for everything else. What's the possibility that he'll give birth to a son or daughter that can donate blood to the first daughter? Okay, so first of all, let's look at blood type. So the mother is definitely IAI, because the daughter has O blood type, so she definitely gave lowercase I to her daughter, which is the O blood type trait. And then the father, we said, is heterozygote for everything else. Okay, and then RH groups. So the mother is homozygote for RH. I'm sorry. The father, we said, is heterozygote for it. And then the mother obviously has both M's. The father has M, N. And in terms of the X-linked gene, I'll just do this one really fast. I'll give you the ratio for this one. It's obviously 1 because all your x's here are the same, so technically regardless of whether they get a son or daughter, they're all going to carry the same x-linked gene, which is xpa minus. And then when I look at K, the mother is heterozygote because she gives the daughter the X negative. The father is that he is by default heterozygote. And then for the FYA, the mother could be FYA, or FYA, FY negative. And we cross her with the father, who is FYB, and then FY negative, or dash, which is acts, as we said earlier, just like normal blood type group ABO, same way of working. So we want the newborn to have, or like the kid who can be a donor, to have all blood type. The probability is 1/4. Here we have het times homozygote. We know that the ratio is 1:1, and so that's 1/2. For the child to have Rh negative, to have all blood type, and then we don't mind the child either having MN or MN here because we have het and homo, so it's 1/, so it's 1, even though the ratio for this one is going to be 1:1. It's going to be either MM or MN, but it doesn't matter because the daughter has both those on the blood cells, so she'll be fine. And then to care of this one, here we want P negative trait, so we have het times het, so the probability, is 1/4. And then we have this, or this genotype for the mom, or this one. So when these two are crossed, the probability is 1/2. We'll have this phenotype. Okay, and then when you cross these two together, it's also 1/2, and the two genotype, I'm sorry, not like that, is whether this one or this one. And so that's 1/2. I'm just showing you the two different genotypes that will come out. You can draw the Punnett square, but then if you know your ratios and you can see it in your head already, you'll be fine. So the way to write this is it's 1/4 times 1/2 times 1/4 times 1/2 plus 1/4 times 1/2 times 1/4 times 1/2. Yes, I didn't write times 1 times 1 times 1 just because obviously anything times 1 is the same number. The answer for both of these is going to be it's going to be 1/64 plus 1/64, which is equal to 2/64, which is 1/32. That's your answer. I know in the solution for this one, it only shows you this probability, and it does not add it with this other probability. In the book, even if the other or possibility, in this case 1/2 and 1/2, they will still write both of them together and then give you the answer. So I'll ask the professor about whether we use one probability or not, but if we were to use the same thing the book uses, it adds the other probability. So, or you guys can ask, but that's how I'm gonna do it, and that's how it should be. And we're gonna do the next question in a bit.